So check it out. Today, we're doing a review of the Fyro T22 Backpack. In this video, we're gonna pack it out, show you the pros and the cons, so you can decide if it's the pack that suits your needs. Power mesh is nice, really luxurious sort of experience. It's a good self-standing bag. That's annoying. Not necessarily the quickest. But don't worry, in case you're not feeling this bag, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video where I'll make some alternative recommendations for packs that might, be a bit more up your alley. But first, let's break down this guy. Follow me. Let's talk about the gist of the Fyro T22 Backpack. Now, a full disclaimer before I really jump into this review. I made this backpack. Just making sure that's front and center. Because if you don't know, the story is this. I started reviewing bags 4 years ago, and about 2 years into that journey, I was like, I wanna make my own bag and document that journey here on the Nomadization YouTube channel. And the T22 was then born. But being a backpack reviewer is literally my full-time job and career, and I love it. So when I got a lot of requests from the Nomadization community to review the T22, I knew that I had to do it with as much honesty as possible. This review will honestly tell you all the pros and the cons of this bag, because my ultimate mission isn't to sell you the Fyro backpack, it's to help you find the best backpack for your needs. Okay, now for the gist. The Fyro T22 Backpack was designed to be the ultimate modern work bag. Fyro's on a mission to inspire people to carve their own paths in life, and this is a bag that kind of suits that lifestyle, right? Some of the top features being a unique front compartment referred to as the hatch, multiple quick access points in the hatch and other parts of the bag, a highly protective and borderline luxurious laptop compartment, removable water bottle holders, and the ability to expand from 22 liters to 26 liters. And possibly most notably of all is the fact that it's a very well self-standing backpack. It stands very strong, but it's also a very soft and malleable backpack, which is gonna have its own unique set of pros and cons with it, which we'll kind of get into 2 sections from now. The T22 backpack currently comes in one color option, black. As I mentioned, it's a 22 liter that can expand to 26 liters. The dimensions are 18 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and a depth of around 6 inches when it's not expanded, and around 7.5 to 8 inches when it is expanded. The bag is advertised to weigh 2.7 lbs. Let's see if those Fyro guys are telling the truth. You can see scale number 1, 2.68 lbs, but you gotta double check these things. What does scale numero 2 say? I got 2.71 lbs. And it should be noted that weight is without the water bottle holders, but these are very light. This is the Fyro T22 when it's empty. This is the Fyro T22 when it's fully packed out and worn on me. For reference, I'm 5'8". And this is the T22 when it's fully packed out and worn on our media manager, Margaret, who for reference is 5'2". And we're gonna pack this bag out throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. Fyro offers a lifetime warranty against any manufacturing defects. And for all that, this bag currently runs around $285. But as of recording, it's live on Kickstarter, and it should be offered anywhere from $199 to $215, depends when you're watching this. But if you are watching and you're like, I don't care if it's Kickstarter or if it's retail, I'm getting me the T22. I wanna be one with the 2-2. And you're gonna make a purchase. We do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomadization YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the front of the Fyro T22 backpack. Let me talk about the materials on the front and the branding real fast. For the branding, you can see we have black on black Fyro right there on the lid. And there's also a second logo on a black on black metal plate in the bottom right-hand corner. Originally, we wanted to do a copper metal plate there and it looked pretty cool, but the community made it very clear they wanted black. And I agree, it looks a lot more chic and cool this way. Now let's talk about this primary material, which is something that I'm really proud of. It's a polycarbonate 330D Kodra nylon. That's a mouthful. Think in contrast, Aer uses 1680D core durabilistic nylon, which is so much thicker, right? And because of that, it's heavier. And we want to keep this bag as light as possible. And the cool thing about polycarbonate fabric is that polycarbonate is a finish. It's a PC finish, which just provides extra weather resistance and protection from the elements. And if you're like, I want to know what that feels like, then I have a question for you. Have you ever touched a Peak Design backpack before? Because if so, that's the same fabric. We actually use the same supplier as Peak Design. Only difference is that Peak Design uses a 400D and they deck it out with padding. We use the 330 with no padding to give it kind of that lighter, drapier look and feel. It should also be noted that this right here is a YKK PU coated zipper. Okay, now let's talk about the hatch in depth. There's 2 components that make up the hatch. You've got the top lid here, and then the zippered opening here. But first up, let's talk about these materials, because if there's one thing that I'm just so stoked about with this Fyro bag, it's the materials. Like, I'm very proud of what we've done. And this hatch, there's a lot of good stuff going on. First up, we have this lining right here, which is a 120D honeycomb ripstop nylon. And you can see when you get close to it, it's got like this trippy effect because it's actually sort of a tan color, but then you got these orange lines cutting through it. And that tan plus the orange like kind of creates like this really unique effect. That might be a little too lush for some, but what a lot of people love is that it gives the inside of this compartment and the whole bag this high vis look, making it easier to find your gear. So for the whole hatch, we have the locking mechanism at the top and 1, 2, 3 power mesh pockets. Power mesh is nice, it's silky smooth, has expansion to it. The top pocket is zippered. These two are just like sleeves. Plus you got plenty of space at the bottom. And it comes included with our standard nylon key leash. Let's pack it out. We're gonna start light with AirPods, pen, notebook, sunglasses, and my keys. Because yet again, this is not meant to fit like big bulky items. This is for access to your smaller bits of gear. Top zipper pocket, toss my pods. I got a B7 size notebook right here, same size as a passport. And we made these longer pockets here able to perfectly fit a passport, which makes this bag a pretty ideal travel companion. Now I get asked a lot if there's any dedicated pen sleeves in this bag, and the answer is no. And the reason being that pen sleeves are very prescriptive, and lots of bag companies are actually starting to move away from pen pockets, sleeves, whatever you want to call them, because people who don't use pens have no use for that pocket. Now I'm an avid pen journaler person, so for me, pens always go in this sleeve. You can just clip them on right there. You can stack up 4 or 5 pens on that pocket, no problemo. Other side, great for sunglasses. I like the quick access to the sunglasses. The power mesh and the lining both feel very soft and protective. And yet again, you just can't beat that quick access. And then finally, let's talk keys, because I am a key nerd. So we really put some time and effort into like configuring the key situation of your life, because some people don't use keys. Some people like their keys in this part of the bag. Some people like their keys in that part of the bag. So we gave you some options. This is the standard nylon key leash that comes with every Fyro bag. And inside the hatch, you can clip it to 2 spots. You've got this little nylon loop right here, and there's another nylon loop at the bottom. For me, I like to put it on the bottom. As you can see, the keys then easily can sit at the bottom of the bag as well, and it just gives you that quick access. And real fast, on the topic of keys, we're giving you the option, if you want, to upgrade from our standard nylon key leash to our premium Fyro retractable key leash. This key leash can also clip right into the bag and then giving you the retractable goodness that I've always loved. But the problem with retractable key leashes is they often suck. But this is like one of the, I've scoured the world trying to find the best retractable key leash. This one's made in the USA. It's basically indestructible. And the cool thing about the key leashes is no matter if you do the standard or you upgrade to the retractable one, they all work in like the Fyro ecosystem where you can like clip it on different parts of the bag. I'll show you what I mean 2 sections from now. But let's say you want to pack it out with some more stuff. I just want to show like the overall capacity so you have an idea of what the hatch can handle. Because although it's meant for your smaller bits of gear, it can still handle a decent amount. So I'm gonna throw my wallet in there, battery, top zippered pocket. Let's throw a mouse, throw some tissues, zip that on closed, a couple more pens, snack on the side, and maybe I got too ambitious with the hero clip. Let's see in general. Can this close? Oh yeah, it can. So you can see what the goal is with this hatch. It's easily one of the most unique parts of the bag. And because this bag can self-stand, it gives you that quick access whether you are sitting with the bag, walking with the bag, and everything in between. And last note is the relationship of the hatch to the lid. Because I'll be honest, this lid here, it only accomplishes 2 things. 1, it gives the bag a bold and unique aesthetic. And 2, it hides the locking mechanism. So you can see right here, these zippers actually unbuckle, allowing you to slide it through this nylon system that we created, pop it into place. You can see, locked and loaded. Security is so important to our community, and people love quick access on bags. And sometimes quick access and security, they don't always go hand in hand. So we thought that this system helps to give you the best of both worlds. But for me, I'm kind of lazy to be honest, and I'll admit, like I know that this locking mechanism can be a little bit tedious, like unbuckle and then, you know, like, I don't always want to do that. But the good news is that if you just want a little extra security, you can just pop the zipper up and close the lid, and that's significantly easier, and it still gives you that bit of peace of mind. But having said that, I'm not just gonna shill my backpack here, right? Because this zipper is in the middle of the front of the bag, I'm not gonna say it's the easiest quick access backpack I've ever tested. Boundary Supply Errant, probably quicker access. Modern Dayfarer Backpack V2, probably quicker access. Evergood CPL 24 backpack, probably quicker access as well, right? Because those have configurations that are either for left or right-handed people, which means there's a little bit less like moving over your bag to have to grab things. So it's quick access, but not necessarily the quickest. And the final note for the front of the bag is it should be noted that the material that's used on the lid and the bottom of the bag is different from the rest of the bag. This material is a 600D Kodra polyester with a non-toxic PVC finish. This material gives a little bit more panache, and it also matches the bottom of the bag, which we use there because it gives the bag a bit more structure, which helps it better self-stand. And speaking of that, let's then transition into the middle of the Fyro T22 backpack. Okay, let's kick off this section by talking about self-standing bags. Because there's usually two types of bags in this world. Bags that self-stand and bags that don't. And usually the self-standing bags are very, very heavy. And the reason being, to get a bag to self-stand really, really well, like 100% of the time, you gotta deck that effort out with padding, right? Because that creates strength. Like it's like a wall, right? So our challenge was to create a self-standing bag that was also light, which means that by doing that, it's not always perfectly self-standing, but it is in most situations. You can see right now, I got the front sort of packed out, there's nothing in the middle, and like, that's a good self-standing bag. And like, even with nothing in the middle, popping a laptop in here, still self-standing. Got it. But notice what just happened there, right? Because the main compartment is not packed out, and because we didn't deck it out with a crap ton of padding, you can see that the bottom of the bag will dent, right? And then when it dents, that's when it falls. So just keep in mind that this is a mostly self-standing bag. As long as the main compartment is packed out and there's things in the bottom, you'll always be fine. But every now and then you might have to just kind of give the bottom a little fluffage, a little inspiration to help it stand strong. All right, let's get into the main compartment. You can see right here we have two YKK zippers, non-PU coated, each with its own buckle, so they can be locked into each other, providing a little extra theft deterrence. These zipper pullers are strong, they're laser cut Hypalon, but keep in mind they're not PU coated for the main compartment. And then we see the main compartment. And yet again, notice the bag is self-standing. And one thing that helps with that are these gussets right here. Now, I expect these gussets to be pretty controversial because there's a pro and a con for everything. The pro is it helps the bag self-stand, but also most importantly, if this is clamshell, you'd be opening it this way all the time, causing a lot of stress on the bottom padded part, right? That 600D PVC polyester. And when we decided to put gussets in it, we realized, oh God, this is what the bag is supposed to be, right? Especially like when you're working and you have the bag standing next to you, just sort of unzipping and the bag kind of keeps its shape like that. It makes it easier to access, but it does compromise access to the main compartment sometimes. In the main compartment, we have 2 power mesh pockets on the back and a zippered power mesh pocket at the top of the front. And there's also another compartment that I can't show. Reason being, it's called the vault and it's hidden in the main compartment. And in the vault, you have a secret spot for backup cash, credit cards, meds, and a hidden AirTag holder. But it's not very vaulty if you know where the vault is. And eventually everyone will find out where the vault is, but for now, we're keeping it on the DL. Only the Kickstarter backers will find out first. You're more than welcome to guess though, where do you think the vault is? I wanna hear your guess below, let me know. But yeah, more or less, the main compartment is quite minimalist. Some people prefer a lot of pockets in their main compartment, but for me, I'm more of like a pouch guy these days. So a couple pockets to throw some things in, pouches, and the rest, let's fill it up. As you can see, I got a whole bunch of EDC and tech stuff. Let me show you how it fits in the T22. A couple tech pouches at the bottom. Hard drive as well. Gonna throw some light reading material right there. Sweater in the middle. And then in these power mesh pockets, it's a good spot for smaller things that you might want access to, like a power converter when you're traveling, portable battery. Throw my umbrella in there. Also like to keep a backup pair of sunglasses at all times in this pocket as well. And maybe I'll throw my Day Owl compressible tote in the top pocket. Headphones on top, zip it on up, and boom. Self-standing pretty darn well. Now let's talk about the removable water bottle holders, AKA the Hydro Lock. Now we originally had this idea because we wanted the bag to have expansion, but we also wanted the bag to have water bottle holder. And those two things usually don't go hand in hand very well. So our product development team at BagMe came up with this solution, and I've been pleasantly surprised with how well it works. And they attach in the back pocket here. And now we're getting a little ahead now. We're talking about the back of the bag, but we're gonna bring it back to the middle. You'll see. And you connect the water bottle holder with these little T-hooks, which then connect into these nylon webbings sewn in right there. And to attach, you simply weave them through the nylon webbing, one at a time. I'm not gonna lie, putting these in is a little cumbersome, but you're probably gonna just keep them in if you have them in, because you're probably a hydro homie, right? Hardcore water enthusiast. Or you'll be like me, where you might clip it on and clip it off, but you'll probably just keep it stowed away in the actual back pocket. And anytime you wanna connect, you just got these little Woojin clips right here. Slide them into place, and you are ready to be hydrated. Now here's what's interesting about these water bottle holders. is they're actually not connected to this part of the bag, right? So they're kind of like free floating in that sense. The bottle opener itself has a bottom, and it's made from power mesh, so it has a nice elasticity to it. So you can see right here, I have a 17-ounce earth well. Pop that in. Little Hypalon pull tab right here just to give you a bit of extra leverage. But because the bottle holder isn't attached necessarily to certain parts of the bag, it gives it like a strength that I haven't seen in like a lot of water bottle holders. Like usually these upside down tests don't go very well. Usually you hear like a loud noise right about now. But I mean, that's in there tight, right? And the bottle pocket has some versatility to it. You can see I got a 1 liter Yeti here. And while it's gonna be a tight fit, it still totally fits, still passes the upside down challenge. And because the way we configured this is you can customize it to your liking. You can have 1 water bottle holder, you can add a second, you can use 0. This elastic will die over time. Power mesh does, right? So when this power mesh starts to fade on you a bit, you don't have to buy a new backpack. You can just buy a new water bottle holder. It's one of the features we're most excited about the Fyro bag. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this like a useful thing for you? Do you like that you get extra life out of your bag by being able to replace the water bottle holder and keep these strong? Let me know in the comments below. But a few things to note. When the water bottle holder is engaged, it does compromise access to the main compartment, like a lot of backpacks do though, right? Usually that's where a zipper will stop anyways. And it still works when expanded, but it works a bit better when it's not expanded. Speaking of which, let's talk about the expansion. We got the 360-degree zipper right here. You are gonna get caught on these corners a bit, especially where this seam is. That's annoying. Come on, zipper, there you go. Once you're fully expanded, there you are. And now, let's kind of repack the bag to show you what it's like to travel with the Fyro T22. Because the T22 just upgraded to the T26. Pop off the water bottle real fast. And we're doing a little weekend in Japan. So we'll take out all this EDC stuff and we're gonna replace it with a big old Aer packing cube, a smaller Aer packing cube, and then the same stuff that we had in the bag prior. Throw my book right over here, sweater, headphones. I didn't put anything in the zipper power mesh pocket. Kind bar. Zip that on closed. And now we have the Fyro T26. And then for the water bottle holder, you can see we can still clip it into place, but it's tighter. You can see right there how this works. But yet again, that 17-ounce earth well ain't gonna be a problem. So the functionality is still there, or is it? Let's test the 1 liter Yeti. Fully packed out in 26-liter mode. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. It is, it really is. Wow, I'm not gonna lie, I'm impressed. Okay, let's talk about the back of the Fyro T22 backpack. Okay, first up, let's talk about the tech compartment. As you can see right here, we have a heavily padded silicone leather lining laptop sleeve. And it's so cool. This silicone leather literally feels like real leather, and it just gives the bag a really luxurious sort of experience. And the computer stitching, like it turned out really nice. And then below it, we have another sleeve for your tablet. Let's pack it out with a few things. The laptop sleeve is big enough for a 16-inch MacBook Pro, so my 13-inch fits with plenty of room to spare. But we actually made a 3D mold of a 16-inch MacBook Pro, so you can see how this would fit. Perfectly nice fit, snug, good to go. This laptop compartment has 5 layers of padding and is, in my opinion, it's one of the best laptop compartments in the world. We've got a 2-inch false bottom starting right here, and the silicone lining is also in the tablet sleeve, giving your tablet extra protection as well. So as you can see right here, I got an iPad Air. Perfection. And the choice of the silicone leather was quite interesting. So some pros and some cons with it. One pro that I did not expect is like, it has a little bit of grip to it. So like, you can like throw your laptop in and just like has this graceful drop. I would never do that on another bag. Like I've kind of gotten addicted to it because I just know it's like safe and good to go. But that grip on the other side, when this bag is fully packed out, it does make it a bit stickier to take this laptop in and to put it back out. To put it in and take it out, that's the one. And just like the front compartment, the laptop compartment is lockable with a little Hypalon system that we created, giving you a little bit extra peace of mind. Let's quickly run through a couple of the other unique selling points of the bag. Top handle with plenty of room to grab, lined with the same silicone leather, and a harness system that's just built for like next level comfort. Really well padded shoulder straps on the top. And this material right here, and that lines the back and the shoulder straps themselves, is called double bonded Lycra. It's silky, it's breathable, it's kind of comparable to spandex, and just feels really soft, but it still has a little bit of grip so it doesn't like fall off your back. A 3D ventilated back panel with a good amount of padding, not too soft, not too hard. And included is a removable magnetic sternum strap. And the sternum strap can be relocated, but I will admit these things are a to get in and out. They're good because like when they're in, they're in. But like if you want to like keep readjusting your sternum strap, you're gonna hate this system. So just keep it in one spot and let it be. We've also got an external lash point right here, laser cut Hypalon, great for your sunglasses. Some decent nylon webbing. We got these plastic dangle stoppers too. If you watched this channel before, you know how I feel about dangle, hashtag stop the dangle. And then we've also got a luggage pass-through holder that allows you to carry your luggage vertically. Most bags force you to kind of like do it horizontally, but I know like how much better it is when the bag can just slide like that. And especially with the access to the front hatch, like this is a bag that's meant to be standing upright at all times, or as often as possible. One last note before we go into the comfort section are these two back pockets here. Now, you need to understand something. These back pockets are great for your passport and or wallet, anything you want quick access to, but these are also the locations that the detachable water bottle holders clip onto, right? So what this means is if you have a water bottle holder engaged on one side, that renders that back pocket unusable for your wallet or your passport or whatever you put there. The good news though is that you can keep your water bottle holder stowed away and also use it for a wallet. Therefore, kind of getting the best of both worlds, but when it's engaged, you can't. Something to keep in mind. My God, I've been talking a lot and it's getting a little toasty in here. So let's take the Fyro T22 outdoors for a little comfort test. Aaron outside, how does the bag feel? So I've been wearing this bag around a lot and in my opinion, the comfort is absolutely exceptional, but it does come with a few caveats. But on the pros side, these shoulder straps are just so well padded. They're chunky, they're beefy, and that double bonded Lycra is just so silky and it feels so nice on the skin. Plus with the back panel, there's plenty of ventilation with all those cuts, lots of air flowing through there, right? And you got the sternum strap on top of it. But I also want to mention, these kind of chunky shoulder straps aren't going to be for everyone. Some people prefer lighter shoulder straps that are maybe a little bit less oppressive. And then with the back panel, because there's a lot of design there, it takes like a minute or two to get used to. You're like, whoa, there's a lot happening, but then all of a sudden you kind of forget about that and you get the ventilation. So overall, for a modern tech backpack, exceptionally comfortable. Now let's take it back up to the office to talk the overall pros and the overall cons. Oh, and real fast, I'm actually shooting this 1 week after we shot the original review, hence why my beard's a little bit longer. But when watching the video, we realized I mentioned the key ring ecosystem. I didn't explain it, and I want to explain it. So real fast, let me run you through it. So as mentioned, we have the standard nylon key leash that comes with the bag and a retractable one available as an add-on. And that can connect to the 2 points in the front hatch of the bag. But we also have a nylon key loop inside this pocket in case you want to keep your keys somewhere a bit more discreet. And we've got one nylon key loop on each of the back pockets, meaning you can clip this on, pop on your keys, and have really impressive like quick access from here. Your keys are in place. It works with the standard nylon leash or the retractable one. Obviously with the keys pressing against your back, you will definitely feel a bit of bulge there. Also depends on how many keys you're carrying. But the back panel is pretty well padded, so it's not too bad. And for some, I just know that quick key access is gonna be pretty awesome. Okay, key rant over. Let's go into the pros and the cons of the Fyro T22 backpack. Overall, pro number one is the impressive amount of quick access the bag offers. Pro number two, it's just got a really cool tech compartment. And pro number three, I'd say out of all the bags that I've tested in this range, this is easily one of the most comfortable. But every bag has cons, even ones that I make, and here are the cons of the Fyro T22. Con number one is the gussets do limit access into the main compartment. Con number two is the bag will sometimes require a little motivation to self-stand. And con numero tres is the bag does have a bit of a complicated user experience, especially when it comes to those detachable water bottle holders. But just to remind you, if you've weighed the pros and you weighed the cons and you're still here after like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess we're at least 30 minutes in at this point. So if you're still here, you're probably listening to me, you probably like the bag, and I just want to remind you, if you are going to make a purchase, we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. Thank you very much. But in case you're not quite sold, you're still here because you like things about the Fyro T22, but you want to see what else is on the market. Let's go back over to the bag rack, and I'll give you some alternative recommendations for bags that might better suit your needs. All right, so alternative backpack suggestion number one is going to be this guy right here, which is the modern Dayfarer backpack V2. This is a great bag for you if you're looking for a modern work bag, but you want something that's a little bit sleeker and that still has some really awesome quick access. This is one of my favorite backpacks of all time. And to learn more about it, check the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. Okay, so for alternative backpack recommendation number two, it's this guy, the Minaal Daily 3.0. This is a great bag for you if you're loving like a next level tech compartment. The protection of this nest system is like, it's really awesome. Plus, it's just a great streamlined urban bag. And to learn more about it, take a look at the description below to find a link to our full review. And finally, for alternative recommendation number three is gonna be this guy right here, which is the Aer City Pack Pro. Great option for you if you like the size of the Fyro T22. but the features are maybe just a bit too much for you. You want something a bit more streamlined and minimalist? The Aer City Pack Pro is one of the most iconic bag releases of the past 5 years. I love this bag, and to learn why, simply watch this video right here. If you got any questions about any bags, please let me know in the comments below. I personally respond to every single one myself. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.